Welcome back to the Fellas Podcast. Here we got Don, aka Don. Uh, we got Nick Pop over here, and then we got T Grizz Ty. All
So,
right. So today we're gonna be talking about the NBA offseason. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So what I want to first talk about is the Dame situation. Him wanting to go to Miami, him requesting a trade, not happy in Portland. What I want to talk about is the fact that he doesn't have a no trade clause. He doesn't have a no trade clause. So he still thinks he has.
Yeah, but he's not going to report to camp. He literally said, "I'm not going
I
to."
the thing about that is like, to me personally, he's probably one of the more respected people in the league, and now he's just acting like a dickhead. I know he wants to. I know he wants to
He's
leave and go to a team that
frustrated. I mean,
actually
when you
works.
sign
I
Jeremy
know, but he
Grant,
can't. He can't just be like, I want to go to Miami. I hate everywhere else. Don't put me anywhere
I
else.
mean, he can do
I
that
mean,
What?
because he won't go to the
No.
camp.
The thing
And
is,
second of
too,
all, I'd
I
be
don't care.
pissed.
If I'm the Blazers, I am not trading him to Miami if they don't give me a good. If they don't give me a good deal.
wait, can we just kind of trying to understand why Dame requested a trade?
Because
I
Jeremy
think,
Grant got fucking
eh,
$100 million in his contract for 4 years.
obviously there was a bunch of stuff last season, last offseason, but this season, I think was the Blazers drafting Scoot instead of using that pick to trade a
I
superstar.
mean, it wouldn't have done anything. I don't think though.
I
I
think
don't think
that's
it would
kind
have
of
done
Like, what
much.
are you
They
gonna
weren't in
get? What are
the.
you gonna get? Tobias Harris?
Yeah, I was about to say they weren't
Like, what
really
the
in
fuck?
the. They weren't really
a
like
lot of teams
that
want Scoot
high.
anyways.
They weren't that high to where their trade pick was that valuable to get someone unless they were gonna package him with someone
If they
else.
really cared about Dame being there, they would have traded him. But
But
they're showing they don't give
I
a
don't.
shit that he's there, so they wanted to
If I'm the Blazers
make a
front office,
replacement.
I am not looking for where Dame wants to go. I'm looking for where my organization is most benefited off of. So I'm not trading him if they're gonna give me Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, and like 3 first round draft picks. Because those 3 first round draft picks are not going to be good. Because you're going to put Dame, you're going to put
Depends what year it
Jimmy
is.
Butler.
Depends what year it is.
It doesn't matter. You're going to put Dame, Jimmy Butler, and Bam on the same team. You're not going
He
to get a
loves
lottery
Bam.
pick when you have those. You're not going to have a lottery pick
I did see though
with any of those near coming years
that
because you have those 3 guys.
that the Blazers GM did say they might actually have to trade him to Miami because they have no other better offers apparently. But if you can only get like
If that's their best
Oh,
that's
offer,
the best offer,
then
that
that's sad.
sucks. Yeah.
But the thing too is the Blazers also said they have no interest in Tyler Hero. So I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know what you're
If
gonna
they
trade.
keep Tyler Hill,
You can't really trade
that'd be
draft
so good
picks.
for the Heat.
It's
Well,
just like
it's got to be either a 3-team or like a 5-team trade for Miami.
5-team.
Dude, Miami has nowhere near enough. But if I'm being honest, the Sixers and the Celtics have the most to offer. Dame's
The
agents
Celtics.
out
Who
here
the
saying,
Celtics
"Oh,
have to
if
give?
if he goes
I was
somewhere else in Miami, you're gonna get an unhappy superstar."
I was thinking he would probably fit really good in Milwaukee. Him and Giannis.
I wouldn't
Him and
mind that. I
Giannis.
wouldn't mind that.
Now it's a scary duo with him and
Trade Drew
Giannis.
Holiday, Bobby
You have to trade Drew
Portis.
Holiday and you'd probably have to trade Middleton as well.
I would not do
I,
that if I was the
I
Bucks.
wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it,
I'd
but you might
trade
have
for
to.
I'd trade Holiday because Giannis is closer to Middleton. Number one, he'll get kind of annoyed at that. Number two, Middleton's also point guard, so not trading a small forward to put Dame at shooting guard, and then like who would their small forward be?
Yeah.
They could put Giannis
Well,
there and
but
put Portis in at the 4 and Lopez at the 5, but it just wouldn't work because they need Giannis
But
to
if
be a
I were the
rolling big man.
Bucks, if I were the Bucks, I'd be interested in
I think
Dame.
I don't think the Bucks are in it. If I'm being honest, besides
It's just
Miami,
Brooklyn
I
and
think
Miami.
Philly would be the best option. Well,
Philly.
because this could drag on for months, probably. We don't know how long this is gonna take,
It
but
doesn't. Yeah, we don't know how long it can last. But
we'll see where
also,
Jimmy
too, James
Butler
Harden
goes.
wants to leave too.
I hope
What
we
I'm
get a
saying.
notification today about Dame leaving. That'd be beautiful.
No, it won't. It won't be today. Not
We
even
gotta
It
get
won't be
close.
for
some breaking
another
news on
month.
the podcast one day. Actually, I think we did once.
We did
Yeah, we
once, but
did.
I don't think it was major.
No.
But yeah, I don't. If I'm the Blazers front office, if Miami Heat are giving me the best offer out of all the other teams, I'm either sitting Dame down and being like, just stay here another year, and he'll probably say no anyways, but we'll, and then they'll try to do something to make the team at least a little bit more tolerable for that season, or they're gonna have to trade him to Miami if they have the best offer. But if they don't have the best offer, yes, respect Dame's wish to go to a team because he's been in Portland for such a long time and he's had that loyalty and that uh strong relationship with the front office and just the whole organization itself. But I'm not going to bend over backwards just to find a decent trade offer just for Dame to be happy.
And for the people,
I want if I'm the Blazers, I want to be happy.
and for the people that are like, he didn't do anything for Portland. That's such a lie. He took them back to the playoffs for the first time in like, or not back to the playoffs, but he took them out of the first round for the first time in forever. And then he even got them to the Western Conference Finals against the Warriors. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because you know how hard it is to win a ring in a franchise. You've seen Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and all them fail. And I cry about that every single night, believe me. But like when you go up against a super team and you're trying to either win the finals or go into the finals, you're never winning. It's just not happening. So they went against the Warriors that were so stacked and like just unbelievably so hard. And I'm pretty sure that's the year Toronto won when they got to the Western Conference Finals against the Warriors. But if it wasn't the Warriors, if it was someone else, they probably would have went to the finals. Not won it, but they probably would have made it. And
well, anyways,
yeah, it's
very off topic.
It's not off topic
Very
at
off
all.
topic.
It's not. We're talking about
But-
Dame.
I think the media kind of forced Boston into the mix with Dame. There was no shot
He doesn't
that
even
Dame
wanna
was
go
going
there.
to Boston. It was literally just like Brad Stevens calling up the front office and just being like, "Hey, what's the price on Dame?" Like he just wanted an idea. Like he was never actually gonna trade this. So the media hyped that up way too much. I think obviously are they gonna be Miami? Well, I can definitely see Philly in the future, but most likely Miami. I don't know how they're gonna pull it off. Because I mean,
I don't think
know
it's gonna happen, but
the hero.
I can see him in a Bucks jersey. I think the Bucks should try to pursue him.
That probably won't happen. After
It
the money
won't,
they spent
it
on
won't.
Brooke
But
Lopez and
The
Chris.
Bucks. No, there's no way the Bucks are gonna get Dame. Get out of here. I
They just
wish.
re-signed
I
two of the
wish.
starters.
But they're
that'd
never
be a
gonna
really
get
good
him. There's no
team.
way.
I'd be annoyed facing them, but I would like to see them.
I mean, if he was gonna go to Milwaukee, it would have to be either, Chris or Lopez, and then they just both re-signed for big money. So it's, I mean, I like the idea, Johnny. I love it, but yeah,
I don't
Not
think.
gonna
I don't
happen.
think Milwaukee's even close.
they're fine. They just re-signed their two
I
starters.
think if
there.
he did go to Brooklyn, his second option, right, he wouldn't be as unhappy. He just, I don't know. He just really wants to go to Miami for some reason.
I thought he was happy with Brooklyn earlier.
He changed it.
But
Yeah, that's
then
what I'm saying.
this
Like,
whole Miami.
yeah, he changed it.
Yeah.
Now he just wants to go strictly to Miami for whatever reason. The eighth seed in the East.
I don't know why it's so bad either. I don't know why.
They weren't even that good.
And even his agent, like on Twitter, saying, "Oh, if you trade for Dame, you're gonna get an unhappy superstar." And I mean, which is probably true, but is Dame really the guy that's gonna sit out training camp and games?
I don't think he will.
Because imagine like if he's on the Celtics, that's a winning
Like,
team.
Why the
with
fuck
a
or
would you
winning
without
ever
team.
Jaylen
sit out on
Brown.
the Celtics? If he does that, I'd be kind of fucking
Exactly,
mad.
with or without Jaylen Brown, why'd you sit out for that team? I don't care if he's unhappy; he's still gonna play. He's not the type of guy to just sit out. So that was
He also,
kind of-
if he were hypothetically to go to the Celtics, he's got a good uh, friendship with Tatum. So that might also fuck up his friendship with Tatum. So if he is in a trade situation with Boston, I don't think he would sit out or a winning team like Philly or Milwaukee
Winning
or
team,
another
Philly. Anyways,
winning team. Well, they win games, they just don't go far.
they won't win anything beyond regular season second round.
Game 7, JT.
Game 7, JT, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's gotta be at least a 3-team deal.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you wanted to go to Miami that bad, it would have happened by now. I think that they're like having a lot.
I don't know
problems.
about that
they're just taking a
because
while to negotiate because Pat Riley's trying to.
yeah, because the Blazers, like you see Miami, that's just pretty much Jimmy Butler, Bam, and then Tyler Hero. And then you don't want to trade for Duncan Robinson really because he's got a fat contract and he's not really good. So it's just or Kevin Love. Like you really don't want like those
There was a
guys.
rumor of Kevin Love going to
'Cause,
Portland earlier, but
I mean, maybe, but like I don't know if they really want him that bad.
Yeah,
Like
all I'm saying is that
you got a package, but
it's
it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a three. It has to be three
yeah.
team trade.
For me, it's kind of unusual for uh, you know, superstar in his 30s like Dame being so set on one team. It is kind of like weird for me to like see that for like a superstar of his caliber being so set on one team. But it is kind of worrisome that it hasn't happened yet, to be honest. It is kind of so maybe like they're having that much trouble trying to find a three-team deal. We don't know what's going on, but it's kind of weird that it hasn't happened now because we all know at this point where he's going to go.
there's speaking of 3-team deals though, there's been a lot of them, and the biggest one has been the Bradley Beal to Phoenix. Now I don't know why the Suns wanted to get him. I get Kevin Durant and I believe Devin Booker as well recruited him to Phoenix for whatever reason. Like you don't have a true point guard anymore. Like Devin Booker, yeah, he's serviceable, but he's never gonna dish out like 20 assists or 15 or anything close. The most he'll get you is probably like 8. And I don't know. I mean, like they're great players. Don't get me wrong, but they're all ball dominant. They all need the ball in their
Yeah.
hands, and they don't even have a bench. Like, what are you gonna do
No.
when, you gotta keep one in, and that's probably gonna be KD that stays in. But that's just gonna fatigue him through the whole season. And we know KD's getting older and he's injury prone.
Yeah.
So the Suns are they're a good team, but only if they can keep their starters in. Because you saw what happened in the Denver series. Even though Denver won, as soon as that bench came in, Denver picked them apart and
Yeah.
seriously started winning.
But when it was starters for starters, it
It
was
was close.
close. It was back and forth. It was competitive. And
But
then
as soon as Devin
here
Booker got
comes
out the game,
here
it was
comes
wraps.
yeah
It was
here
done.
comes a depth team that Denver has, and then here comes the Suns bench where I don't know if I can really name one person
TJ
off the
Warren, I
bench.
think.
Oh my
I think
god!
Josh
But
Okogie
like,
is starting.
well, like,
I think
yeah,
that's about it.
yeah, I know,
Campaign
dude.
comes off the bench. Whoop-de-doo. Like
Like
that.
now you do have now on your starting lineup you do have Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, KD, and DeAndre
Aiden.
Ayton. You got four great players, and then you got your small forward who he's pretty young, but you need to get bench depth. Then I wouldn't have traded for Bill or
I would
uh
have moved
I
Chris
don't
Paul
know.
though. Ultimately,
Oh
in the
yeah,
end.
no, yeah, but I would have moved Chris Paul to where I get more bench depth. Try to. I know he's getting old, and I'm still confused of how Golden State is going to use Chris
Yeah, that
Paul.
was weird. When that came out, I was confused. They got rid of Jordan Poole, obviously for team chemistry reasons and just
Yeah,
poor play. And
yeah,
I've been seeing some
very
like
inconsistent.
Jordan Poole's so unhappy on Washington. Well, who cares? He's not gonna be happy after he gets that max contract if he averages what he's projected to average, right? As long as he balls hard, he can just leave. He can
Yeah,
leave. He can just agree to
yeah,
somewhere as a restricted free agent or to sign, like an extension for like a year. Like he can
yeah.
leave. It's not that bad.
But the Suns, you could argue, and I wouldn't really disagree if you said they had the best starting lineup in the whole league.
Better than
But
Boston? I don't think they're
well,
better than
that's where
Boston's
that's
starting
that's
lineup.
that's where I say you can argue because
Yeah,
it's pretty neck and neck right there.
because
Well, that's
But
that's a good point, Johnny. But I think if you think about Bradley Beal and the situation he's in, he's never been in this type of situation where he can like sit in the corner and just like pop threes, like catch and shoot.
no, he's not. He's
You're
not really a
looking
catch and
at
shoot
like the
guy.
second or third best defender on a team.
the only time he's ever been in that position is early in his career when he did in Boston when he was playing with John Wall, and that's about
Exactly.
it. But like Johnny was saying with the starting
But
lineups,
that was his highest percentage of his career though, was with
yeah,
John Wall,
which makes
3 point
sense because
wise.
John Wall is Optimus Dime, and Bradley Beal was
Yeah.
just sitting there. He had all his energy, But now on the
Mhm.
court, he's going to shoot worse. He's going to play worse because he's wasting more energy. Obviously, he's going to play worse later in the game. Not saying like to begin. But like Johnny was saying earlier, looking at starting lineups and how I mentioned Porzingis, that was a big move for Boston. Only thing I worry about for Boston is how many big men they have because it's a lot. They got Rob Will, they got Horford, they got Porzingis. I
Well,
think you guys got rid of Mike
that's
Muscala, but
that's a good
Yeah, we
point,
did.
but like for example, last year there were a lot of times when we have to sacrifice scoring to get size. Now with Kristaps, we get best of both worlds. If he
if
plays
he
at least like
stays
60 games,
healthy and with your medical
hopefully.
staff, if he gets injured, I'd be really scared. Not just because of your staff, but
I,
because he's had
I
so
I
many.
wouldn't because our medical staff isn't that bad as it used to
It's
be.
not
It's gotten a
nearly as
lot
bad, but
better.
it's still not good, right? So a guy like Porzingis who gets injured all the time, he was even out with Dallas. That's why they traded him because they couldn't stand his injuries. Porzingis, when
Well,
healthy, is one of the most dominant bigs in the league. You can argue with me, I don't care. He can block it and he can shoot lights out from half court. You've seen him do it in Washington.
It's scary.
He's really scary. And adding that to that Boston offense and defense, you got Rob Will, you got Horford and Porzingis on defense, and one of them is coming off the bench. You know how scary that is? That's insane. Then you even got JT, who just became the first Boston Celtics to average 30 points a game. Congratulations. You got Jaylen Brown, who is reportedly unhappy, but I know he's probably gonna stay. I hope he stays at least. And then you got
Well,
Brogdon, who's also an exceptional scorer. Not as great on defense, but he's a very good scorer. And when you look at Boston, like if they can remain as good as they do, like in the first two rounds, because you guys usually decide to flop for some reason in the conference finals. Even though this year you guys almost
it
came
was
back. Now
just
I'm
Tatum
3-0.
tweaking his ankle for the
Yep.
first play of the game. That's the reason why we lost. Only
Probably.
reason why. No reason to talk about it. That's why. That's
The
why
only
it's
I
so
feel
sad.
like I feel now. I know we're getting a little off topic right now, but let's move into that conversation a little bit. I don't think Tatum tweaking his ankle was the main reason. I think it was a reason, but I don't think that was the main reason because that whole team played
It's
poorly.
a big
They
reason.
felt it's a big reason, yes, because now your best player is injured. He's not 100%. He's limping. He can't play like he how he usually is. But now you have the whole team that like is now folding just because of Tatum being injured. We've played as a team collectively a lot like better when we need to if Tatum is not playing good or if he's injured. But no one on in that game played like they wanted to be there. Like they didn't get
Because
back on
everybody
offense. They
probably,
jogged.
Our
you
best player.
underestimated
They just
Miami.
made they just they were awful.
Miami
All
isn't
right,
even
we
a
got
good
smacked at
team.
home.
Miami just had heart. That's the only thing that they had.
Yeah,
They literally their best player is Jimmy Butler, and Bam couldn't even do anything. He could barely score.
no,
But
no,
Caleb
and it
Martin
was not
comes out of
even
fucking Mars and just decides to shoot lights
exactly,
out.
exactly, and
And
that's my thing too. Is Jimmy Butler for the last 2, 3 games of that series was not Jimmy Butler. He was not good. 13, 15 points. But like he's like 4 for like 16. He's not good. And then you got Max Struess for some reason. He always likes to play good against us. And then
not in
you
the
got Gabe
finals.
Vincent.
Not in the
No,
finals.
then Gabe Vincent who wants to start scoring 30 points on us out of nowhere. That's the only reason why you guys went to the finals. And then you go into the finals, both those guys can't shoot for shit. Jimmy Butler is getting locked up. Like the whole team is just not doing good. But yeah, we are getting a little off topic, but I did want to say something about that. So
All right. Well, a couple other notable moves. Obviously, the Kristaps, and then Marcus Smart to the Grizzlies, which will be great for the Grizzlies. For Ja, that's gone 25 games, I believe, right?
Yeah,
25
25. And you
games.
also got Derrick
His
Rose, which is
little
probably he's probably gonna do nothing, but it's
Instagram
just a
live
nice little addition.
videos. Yeah, Smart will be a great placeholder for that. So I could definitely see Memphis as a guaranteed 2 seed next year. Couple others, the Cavs re-signing Karis LeVert,
George
re-signing or
Niang.
signing our boy George Niang to a 3-year, 26 mil, I think. Also acquiring Max Strus as well. And then, honestly, a very surprising trade for me was the Warriors letting go of Jordan Poole and getting Chris Paul. I
Mhm.
did not think Chris
That's
Paul was
so
going to the
weird.
Chris
Warriors.
Paul on the
I knew
Warriors
he was
is
definitely leaving,
weird.
but that was very surprising.
I don't
But
think it's
yeah,
gonna work on the Warriors
It's not.
because Chris
You
Paul
got
is also for some reason he's also a ball dominant guy. He thrives with the ball in his hands. Although we have seen Steph Curry let up scoring and stuff for Kevin Durant when he came over to win. So Steph is all about that. Clay, you don't have to worry about him because he's just a kind of catch and shoot guy now that he got injured, and he was even before. Because even when he dropped 60 points, he had like 11 dribbles. So he's willing to just
yeah.
catch and shoot. He's a two-way player. Draymond's unselfish, even though he punches people in the face and kicks people in the nuts. Shout out Steven Adams, but I think it just depends on how much they're gonna trust Chris Paul to lead their offense, and if they let Chris Paul like manage it a little bit, I think they'll be pretty good. But I don't know. Like I just don't see them going anywhere. Like what is he gonna do for them?
I yeah, I 100% agree with that. You know, well, besides the fact that Dame was probably going to go to the Golden State
Yeah, he wanted to
if
go. He wanted
he
to
didn't
go. He
trade
didn't
Yeah.
trade
Chris
Chris Paul.
Paul
That would
so
have been
quick. But
so
I
scary.
think a
Oh my
way better
god.
fit would have been James Harden. Think about it, coming off as the assist leader this past season. I think he would have thrived in that offense. But anyway, yeah, that's all I wanted to
That
say
would have been
though.
scary too.
But
Yeah.
one team, that I wasn't too keen on before, but's kind of grabbed my
Oh,
attention is the Lakers a little bit. Signing Gabe Vincent, Torian Prince, and Cam Reddish, and then they re-signed Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura,
dude.
and D'Lo as
The
well.
only there's only like three big things there. Gabe Vincent is okay. The only reason he's getting any value is because of the one series he had against you guys. Before that, no one barely anyone knew who he was. I only knew who he was because of this like the year before when he like hit a couple shots and that was about it against you
But
guys. And that's
it all comes down to Anthony Davis, dude. And I know injuries and all that, but when you're a guy with that kind of size, and you're always getting injured, you just have to lose weight and get more in shape. And I mean, I saw this Instagram video today of Anthony Davis in the ring doing like boxing or some shit like that. So hopefully he's
so
actually like
bad.
committed this season to like losing weight and not getting injured. Because if he's fully healthy, he's a top 10 player in the league, and that team's gonna go far. Yeah, I think the cornerstones, AD, and all that. But Johnny, I want to know your thoughts on the Milwaukee Bucks surprisingly re-signing Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez,
Yeah.
kind of keeping their course. So what do you think about them this year?
Um, I think they're gonna be fine, but I thought they were gonna move away from Middleton.
I did too.
I didn't.
I thought I knew they were gonna keep Lopez. He's like their guy. He's like our Al Horford for Milwaukee, I'd say. Like he fits that role for them. But I thought Middleton was gone. Um, and I thought if they're gonna sign him back, they're gonna do a sign and trade. I wasn't expecting him to stay. I wasn't expecting him to come back, play for the Bucks this season. Um, I also wouldn't uh go past that idea of him getting traded, because I do think he still holds value in the market. And if I were Milwaukee, I would maybe trade uh, Middleton, and try to get someone pretty young, um, in his position. But I'm pretty uh,
I don't know why you think they'd get rid of Middleton because that's literally like the key to winning is keeping your players happy. And Giannis would be really upset if they traded away a guy he liked and won a championship with.
Yeah, but
So
Nick, you
but
gotta.
it's also a business too.
so
I
Like,
know
what?
you gotta think
Giannis
about
can
ever
leave if
since
he
Middleton had
wants
that
to.
injury, he wasn't the same. Middleton has not been the same since that injury.
Yeah, he
So
came
it
back
was just
halfway through
that
the
kind of
season.
drama.
So
It was that kind of drama. He was Middleton.
this
You
is what
can't tell me
this is.
Middleton was the same after
If
that.
I'm the Bucks, this is what I'll do. I will see how Milton does through the season, and then if he's not doing good, I will trade him to somewhere before the trade deadline. I'm not eager. I'm not rushing to trade him, but it is an idea. So yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't anything like cap space. It was literally just his injury.
yeah.
and then he wasn't really the same
I
after
think
that.
the Brook Lopez resign is very important, even though he's also
Yeah,
getting
I
older.
Yeah, I
But
think
he
it
can
is.
still play defense. He can get you a bucket on
Yeah.
offense. He's like a watered down Porzingis.
I mean, I would compare him to like Al Horford. Like he is
That
like
too, but
Al Horford. I'd say I'd rather have Al Horford, but he is the Al Horford for Milwaukee.
yeah, 100%.
Like a team that like you would think is kind of shocking, like a team that might actually like team that was not good last year that can actually do some damage this
so the
year.
most improved team, the Rockets.
I'd say so. Okay, I'd say the Rockets, but I also want to say the Pistons too.
Eh.
I know, but I think
Although
with the coaching, I think with their coaching, I think they have
and
improved.
Jalen Duren looks really good.
Jalen Duren,
He's been
um,
doing Victor Wembanyama type shit in the summer league. Have you seen that? Jalen Duren's been doing Wembanyama type shit in the summer league, and he looks really good. Monty Williams getting added to the Pistons, though, I do think is important because he likes to have mature players
yeah,
around him because it shows like experience and stuff, meaning like they're knowing what they're doing. So if he can get that young team under control, I think it can be really scary, especially if their front office decides to be like
yeah,
the Thunder and get a bunch of picks and set themselves up for the future. Then they can be really dangerous. But as I mentioned, Wembanyama, his first game was really bad, but his second game was good, and then they shut him down, which is
Yeah, he
smart.
kind of
Because they don't want
obviously,
him to end up like my boy Chet Holmgren, but
it's true. You don't have to like be in the NBA to realize that like the NBA is more physical than European League.
he
We
said
all
it's
knew
less
that coming
physical.
in. We saw,
Or did he say it's more
Wembanyama get
physical? I don't
dunked
know.
on. We saw him get like smacked in, like the chin or the throat. And you could tell it kind of like surprised him. You
yeah.
know,
Because he was like
I think
on the
his
ground.
welcome to the NBA moment came a little bit too early.
Yeah.
I don't think
I don't think his moment has came
It'll
yet.
come once he faces somebody like.
I think it's gonna be like LeBron dunking on his ass or
No,
some
no,
shit.
no.
He's gonna be like, "What?"
I'm trying to think of like Embiid
Or like
posting
him
him up,
getting, yeah, I was
and
about to say
then
him getting
Embiid's
like
gonna just
bodied
go.
in the paint. Yeah, I was about to say him getting
Yeah.
like bodied in the paint by like someone, or him getting cooked by like Jokic or something. I don't know.
hmm.
Yeah.
But defensive wise, we saw everything that like we needed to see. And we thought I think the first game he had like 5 blocks. In the second game he had like 3 blocks. So
Hmm.
defensively, we saw all we needed to see.
Yeah,
Offensively,
offensively.
The
he
second
might
game
not
was
have
good.
his
The
first
second
year.
game was good.
Second game was fine. The first game,
First game was
Jesus
horrible. I think it's just
Christ.
here's the jitters. Once he got his first game out, he
Maybe it's the jitters. Maybe
he did
we
airball a
judged him too
three,
early.
but
Mm,
Maybe we judged him too early. But I saw the post. I didn't watch the game. I saw the post. I sent it in the group chat. I'm like, oh my god, this guy
yeah.
already sucks. I think I judged him too early because I said I think this guy is just one dimensional. Like I think he just is good on
I
defense.
said he has the biggest chance to be a bust, or the biggest chance to be a really
yeah,
good
no,
star.
Yeah,
it's either gonna be
no,
a hit or
Because
yeah,
big
miss.
men are
but
always
it's also
iffy.
the lights that had like that has been following him since then. Like oh my god, like he is like the next Kevin Durant, Curry. Like they said he was like a mixture of like five players into one. I'm like, all right, let's calm down. We don't even know how good this guy is. He's not even in the NBA yet. But
If I'm if I'm being honest, I haven't really bought the hype about Wembanyama. I know he's like a
I
seven
have
five
I
dude
yeah
with like a 6'2" guard body.
I haven't either. I have to
I've
see
never really
more.
bought, all the hype yet because, I gotta see him, actual NBA action because Summer League, not as physical, nowhere near as physical like an actual true NBA game. But like I think Nick, you had a great point. He's either gonna be, a superstar or he's gonna be a bust. There's no in between there. He's either just gonna be injury plagued for his whole career, or
no.
win a couple championships. But
I think
oh, what was that,
sorry,
Johnny?
keep going. Keep going, keep going.
Okay, no, because I was gonna ask another question. So you just say what you gotta
Oh,
say.
I was gonna say I think even if he becomes just like a good player, that's a bust. Because of all the hype and the lights that have followed him since uh him being in Europe. Like if he's not one of the best in this generation, which is a lot to like handle.
Yeah, the
It,
hype on
it,
him is a lot,
it's not
and
his
he's just a
fault though.
kid
The thing
still.
is,
Like
it's
he's
not
like
his
our
fault. It's the
age.
media's fault. But like now, it's like he needs to.
And the Britney Spears stuff too. Fucking don't even.
That's a little off
Anyways,
topic, but
yeah, yeah, but it's
yeah,
just
I
yeah.
I think he either needs to hit a certain status of like, I'm not saying be an all star this year, but you